Bank Dictators by author Desmond. From the earliest times, New Zealand has been ruled with the deliberate intention of reproducing beneath the Southern Cross the glorious institutions of Old England, that is to say, landlords and usurers, masters and slaves, the land to be sold in vast domains to a few, that they might lord it over their fellows and grind them down. How well this crafty and fiendish scheme has succeeded may be seen by him who has eyes to see and a brain to think. A landed and monetary aristocracy has grown up, with all the wealth and nearly all the land in their possession. When constitutional government was granted, it virtually made these men supreme. They bound the colony hand and foot, and handed it over to the rapacity of Bank of New Zealand, whose directors have ruled it ever since, with all the avaricious cruelty of an old-world Roman despot. The people have been allowed to amuse themselves, electing senators and tribunes to play at government. But when elected, they became in the hands of the bank as clay in the hands of the potter. The incorporated users quietly manipulated the people's delegates until they became venal hirelings of the bank. And so it continues, and will continue, while men are so brutish and thoughtless. One government is no confidence amid a deafening roar of fraudful parliamentary eloquence, and another set of mortgaged viceroys placed upon the throne. The people vote, but the bank is boss every time. Judges and officials are appointed at its dictates, and behind the shield of law it murders the nation. One government goes in, and another goes out, but extortion and usury never cease in one form or another for a single moment. Land is boomed out of the reach of the settler. Taxes are annually increased, and the public indebtedness grows like a rolling snowball. Wages are pulled down with the regularity of clockwork, and the workers are either driven across the sea or compelled to become mental and laboring thralls, whilst easy-share, comfortable philosophers are lamenting of the cause of public discontent. Theories are all very well, but it wants men of action to be up and doing when bank dictators are confiscating the products of labor to fill their iron coffers. But the day of bitter retribution is nigh. The wrongdoer never goes unpunished for long. They have sown the dragon's teeth that will spring forth some time as armed men. The holy alliance of labor and intellect will yet be an accomplished fact. Then woe! Woe to all petty tyrants and financial buccaneers. For if ever there were Pizarros in the world, if ever there were villainous brigands, it is these vast corporations of conscienceless usurers and latifundian speculators. They buy up lands and forests and mines. They mortgage the sunshine and the rain. They speculate in scarcity, in life and death, and gamble with the flesh and bones of the crushed and broken, while waging a talentless and unscrupulous war against the spirit of equal rights and Christian law. But what of the masses? What of the poor? Well may they chant in dreadful chorus. In forest, field, and mine we toil, our labor never ends. Our sweat drops fall upon their soil, the land our fathers send. Our necks are keyed into their yoke. They've mowed our forest down. They've swept our valleys desolate. They've ravaged field and town. God's wrath upon our downy beds, ye spoilers of our store. God's malice upon your heads, ye scourges of the poor.